Here we go. About the time. Good gosh. That was scary. That was scary. There we go. Sorry we're doing this at night. We just had to get this all loaded up because it is about to rain, unfortunately, and trying to get this thing to the sandblaster. So the footage you just seen was actually filmed like a year ago, so this project is crazy overdue, but we're finally getting it finished. We took the frame over to Shank Sandblasting. It's a local company that does huge projects, and he sponsored the channel, sandblasted the whole frame for us. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get any of that on camera because he did it in his off hours. So we thank you so much, Shank Sandblasting. And then we took it over to Sweetwater Valley Collision, and they did a custom bedline spray job on it. They tinted it like a dark gray color for us, so we're going to roll that footage right now and enjoy the rest of the build. All the parts used on this buggy was provided by GoPowersports.com. Make sure if you're checking Go Power Sports out to use my discount code REDBEARD, and check the links out in the video description for every part we used on this buggy. Okay, so I got the one side of the front end put together. I'm waiting on some dust caps for the lower A-arms. They have these little metal caps that go on each side of the A-arm mounts just to keep dust and dirt out of your bushing and keep it from wearing too fast. So basically, when we built this, we didn't know anything about steering geometry at the time. Now, luckily, we've messed with the four-seater, or the twin engine, I mean, and we've had a ton of problems with it, but now we know steering geometry and what to do in our next builds. And that's the reason we like to show you guys our mistakes, because everybody's going to have these mistakes. You can't just go with this stuff being a genius. So we like to show what we figure out, you know, when we're wrong and when we're right. So he's definitely wrong on this front end. So we stole this whole front end off the blue Maxim 150R cart that we put the leaf end V-twin and semi-independent suspension on. We took all the suspension off of it and basically mocked it up on this, and now we're putting all new parts on it, like new A-arms, new bushings, everything. So we had to modify the spindles on this go-kart and lower the mount down to make the rack work where we mounted it. I'll show you, and this is where we went wrong. So on most 150s anyways, you got these long spindles. You can see where the spindle mount was originally there, and we just cut it to lower it to make it in the right spot. Well, we didn't know this tie rod needs to be on the same angle as the A-arms. So basically what we have to do is recut this back off, this little tie rod end, or tie rod mount, and we need to put a an angle finder on this upper A-arm and then reset this at the same angle as that, because basically right now we're going to get toe out or toe in, I can't remember which one, when we flex the suspension, and you don't want that. This thing would never drive right like that. So just a little information here, that's where we went wrong, the same way with the twin engine. So no big deal, we can just pull this spindle off now. I can put it on the bandsaw, cut that off, lower it down, match the angle on each side, and we can be done. For now, I'm going to go ahead and throw the light bar, the steering wheel, the gas pedal, all that stuff in, and get it all buttoned up, and then we'll pull these off and finish this front end job. And you can see right here, we accidentally chipped the paint in two places. This paint wasn't super cured like it was supposed to be when we picked it up. We was kind of on a time crunch. So what I'm going to try to do is go get some bed liner in a can and spray over that, and then I'm going to try to get Duplicolor or PPG, a local paint store, to match this color in a standard aerosol spray paint, and I can spray over that bed liner and hopefully, you know, camouflage it in. I'm really hoping that works, because that's an eyesore, and we hit it over there and made a little mark. But a lot left to do on this thing, but let's keep putting stuff on. We'll go ahead and do the light bar, the steering wheel, all that jazz. Alright, so we've got a lot done. Pretty much the four-seater is now finished, finally. There's stuff I'd like to do to it, but I gotta quit. It's like a scab. You can't keep picking at it or it's gonna drive you crazy. So I got the reverse all hooked up. We actually had to do another rebuild kit on the motor because we had bought the first rebuild kit from eBay and the valves wouldn't seated. So Go Power Sports, I normally would have got something like that from Go Power Sports, but they was out of stock on them, so I wasn't patient and bought it off eBay. And I paid the price, and I can't send it back because I rebuilt this motor like 4 months ago. So we'll just reseat those valves and use them on another. We'll have basically a rebuild kit on the shelf. So I'll show you what we've done since you guys have seen it last. So we slapped a tramp stamp on it, kind of caddy cornered. That was the only place for it, and I thought it looked cool. I made a diamond plate little guard for all the wiring, and we got the gas tank mounted on there. We had that painted by our buddy Daniel, and Eastwood sent us this color. It's a little dusty. It's been sitting a while, but it's got some flake in it. It looks really good. And I left the seat lifted up so you guys could see how I did the reverse gear. So that's a normal 150 reverse gear. You can see I've made me a real thick L bracket, bolted to the floor, and then made another one for the opposite side. And since the cable wasn't long enough, I basically rigged up a rod system, and that's a 5/16 rod. I put a sleeve on it so that'll fit inside this housing to push that spring even more. So when you pull it, you know, it's all spring loaded. So the rod goes back behind the seats and goes to the cable, and I had to make another L bracket there, and it works. It took a little bit of fine tuning to get that all adjusted out, but she works. Later on, I'm sure we'll end up painting the floor with some rattle can black because it wasn't coated. I basically wish I would have got this primed before getting it bedlined, but it is what it is. We also put a Tillotson key start box, and I just modded it with the headlight switch and the ignition switch and then the kill switch on the factory Trailmaster harness. And we put a grill badge in it. So she's all done. So now we can get some beauty shots of it, and this puppy's finished. Alright, so this is the first time I've driven this thing since back in the day when it didn't steer right because of where our tie rod is hooked up. But it runs great though. I'll give it a little loop. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. This project, it's such a relief to get this thing done. It's been hanging around. It's like a scab. The more I look at it, I want to keep picking at it and doing different things. I just need to stop and just kill it off the channel, pretty much. So the next video, you'll see the fate of the four-seater, the reason we started this build. So thank you, huge shout out to Shank Sandblasting for sandblasting the frame for us. Huge shout out to Sweetwater Valley Collision for painting for us. If you're in Sweetwater Valley Collision does a lot of insurance work. They're an awesome body shop. They actually did all the work for the dealership I worked at prior to doing YouTube. So big thanks to all them, and Go Power Sports sent us all the parts. We couldn't do these videos without Go Power Sports. Make sure to use that discount code REDBEARD to save 10% on almost every product we put on this go-kart. It's nice to see this thing roll out of the garage. It was a bigger achievement in my soul than getting the play button, honestly. It felt like you finally made it. You know, we're getting so much better at fabricating things. Like there's a million things I see on that frame that I hate, but I just gotta let it go. It's fine, it's strong, it's tank. So I hope you guys are ready for the next video. It'll probably be a week or so, and that's why the shifter cart, the CR80, hasn't been done. We had to put everything on hold to get this thing done and out of here, and another special project. So stay tuned to see the fate of the four-seater. Thank you guys for watching. We love you, and thank you for all your support. We're at 120,000 subscribers. As I mentioned, we got our play button. Huge achievement. We thank you so much for supporting us and allowing us to do this career, and wouldn't know what we'd do without you. We love you, and God bless. Redbeard's Garage is powered by GoPowersports.com. Go Power Sports has a huge amount of awesome go-kart and mini bike parts, and when making your purchase, use the Redbeard discount code in the upper right-hand corner of your shopping cart to grab yourself a sweet deal. Hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you'll never miss another episode, and go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest to stay up to date with the channel. Guys, always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.